Before Goliath, before the crown, there was just a sling and a heart full of courage.
Shh! Don't tell Eli, but I came here early to start the search. Behind me, Bethlehem, the place where one of the greatest kings in history grew up as a shepherd boy.
Boom, gotcha.
Now that Eli's here, I guess we're heading to Bethlehem together. We headed into Bethlehem, but as we walked through the narrow streets, we weren't quite sure where Jesse's house was. So we started asking around.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where Jesse's house is?
Down the path. Last house before the olive grove. His grandson's usually outside.
Thank you so much. After we thanked the old man, we went in search of the house. We kept chanting, "Jesse's house! Jesse's house!" like it was some kind of adventure song. But after walking for a while, we realized something.
We're lost. Yeah, I think you're right. We're lost. Let's ask someone before we end up in someone's chicken coop.
Just when we were about to turn back, we saw another man walking down the path. I asked him if he knew where Jesse's house was. He smiled kindly and pointed ahead. "Straight down that way. You'll see a fig tree by the gate." At last, we were on the right path. We made it. This is the house where David lived, the shepherd boy who became king. Somewhere inside, his story began. And we're about to step into it. We knocked on the door and waited. A boy around our age opened it. I leaned in and whispered to Eli, "Maybe he's a relative of David. It has been a long time." The boy smiled and said, "Hi, can I help you?" We nodded. We had come so far. This had to be the place. Nathan invited us in. The house was simple, but you could feel the weight of history in the air. This was David's home, where a shepherd boy once dreamed big dreams.
You're here to learn about David? My great-grandfather used to tell me stories passed down for generations. They say David would sit right here in this very home with a small harp on his lap. He'd play soft songs late into the night, songs that praise God, songs that made even the sheep fall asleep.
I call your name, Adonai, Adonai. The sky bows down, Adonai, Adonai. Your glory.
Just then, Eli's eyes widened. He spotted one harp resting by the window, its strings catching the sunlight, and another lying gently on the table, worn smooth from years of music. For a moment, the room felt alive with the sound of songs David once played, songs of praise, songs of courage. And then, right beside them, we noticed something else. A sling. Simple, but strong. Nathan smiled and told us how David used to practice with it behind the house, day after day, aiming at distant stones and wooden posts, getting better and better until he could hit anything he aimed for. It wasn't just a toy. It was part of how he prepared, even when no one was watching. Nathan told us how one day a lion was lurking around the flock, creeping closer and closer to a lamb. David didn't run. He chased it down. He grabbed the lion with his bare hands, fought fiercely until he pulled the lamb free, and then struck the lion down right there in the field. He wouldn't let anything take his sheep. Nathan went on to tell us about the day a bear came prowling through the hills. It lunged into the flock, claws tearing the earth, and grabbed a lamb just like the lion had. But David didn't hesitate. He ran after the bear, wrestled it with his own hands, and struck it until it fell. He saved the lamb and stood there, breathing hard, ready to protect his sheep no matter what came next. Then Nathan's voice grew even more excited as he told us about the day David faced Goliath.
You think you can defeat me with that little toy? I will crush you!
While everyone else was too afraid to move. But David stepped forward with only his sling and a few stones. He ran toward the giant, swung his sling, and let the stone fly. It struck Goliath right in the forehead, and the giant crashed to the ground. That day, David showed everyone that the battle belongs to the Lord. As we stepped back outside Jesse's home, the sun dipped low over Bethlehem, painting the hills in gold. Eli held one of the little pebbles Nathan gave us, and we both stood quietly for a moment, thinking about everything we had heard. David wasn't just a king in stories. He was a shepherd boy who sang to God, who fought off lions and bears, who stood fearless before a giant. And that's what makes his story so amazing. God saw his heart, and he can do great things with ours too. Join us as we explore the story of King David. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
The Adventures of Mariam and Eli.